Hey there, this is Dr. Pam Perry, and I have with me one of my besties. I wore a color to kind of match this cover from bitter to better. This is Pam Perry's Picks, and I'm so excited because we're streaming on Amazon Live, Facebook, YouTube, but today is the day to go to Amazon and get the book and leave a 5-star review. So I have Karen Taylor Bass, who is none other the author of this. She's written a lot of books, but this one is different. And we'll talk about why it's different and why it's my favorite Pam Perry's Picks of the summer.
Hey yo, kick back, relax, let's dive in the page. Pam Perry Picks got the books for your brain. From fiction to non-fiction, all genres insane. We coming through showing love to the lit game. Greatest stories ever told, gotta find your pick. Imagination running wild, ain't nothing slick. Get lost in the pages, let your mind drift. Pam Perry Picks got your brain in the bookshelf vibe. Turning the pages with pride. Pam Perry Picks got the words by your side. Bookshelf vibe. Turn the pages with pride. Pam Perry Picks got the words by your side. From the classics to new, we got the books for you. Get your mind right, let the knowledge accrue. Bookshelf vibe, expanding horizons wide. Pam Perry Picks keeping readers satisfied. Books up high, knowledge we can't deny. Get your reading on, just one line. Click cover image.
Yes. This is the book and the author here today. Congratulations.
Yay. Thank you, Pam, Dr. Pam Perry.
Oh my God. This is Karen Taylor Bass. You know, you did it. You did this. This is a novella. And a novella means that it's little short little stories that'll be continuing. And so this is the first in the installment from Bitter to Better. Bitter to Better, a chocolate mama's journey to self-discovery. So let me just read a little bit about it, okay, so that people can kind of hear. So from Bitter to Better, a chocolate mama's journey to self-discovery by Karen Taylor Bass. I love saying all those names. Is a powerful ode to Black women in their 40s and 50s. It could be 60s. I don't know.
And 60s, yes.
Okay. A time when life's tapestry weaves together the bitter and the sweet. With wisdom and worth, Taylor Bass invites you to the Chocolate Momma Club, CMC, an exclusive sisterhood where accomplished, grounded, and conscious Black women gather to share, heal, and thrive amidst a world that often diminishes their light. So one of the things, Bitter to Bear, is not merely a book. It's a vibrant, living conversation about the intricacies of womanhood through the lens of CMC. Bass explores the essence of friendship. Yes, that's my bestie. Resilience and the unbreakable band of sisterhood. This narrative, heartfelt celebration of life, love, and enduring strength of women who have weathered storms and emerged with grace. It's a journey of rediscovering oneself, a reminder that amidst life's complexities, there's always an opportunity to transform from bitter into something profoundly better. You better get this book. That's what you better do. All right. So I just love that you always have had a way with words, just the way you weave them together. That little song that was ahead of Pam Perry's Picks, that was, I want to give a shout out to Bob Ivory. He did that little jingle for me.
Shout out, Bob.
Yes. And he knows I love books. And so I had something that was kind of crunchy before, and he was like, you know what, let me hook you up. I said, because books, this is how you and I connected. If you remember decades ago. So Sophia is how old now? So anyway,
17.
So she was about 16 years old. So she was still a baby. Yeah. And that was when I sent you a book. Mm-hmm. And the book was about, the new phase that you were in. And, and since then you birthed the baby and birthed other books as well. So let's start backwards with the first book that you had, and then move up to where you are now, because I kind of see a little bit of a progression every time, Karen, every time you make a pivot.
Yes.
You write or you birth a new, I want to say album, I'm gonna say the album, a new book. Okay, not an album. Maybe that's coming next. Okay, but it's like, so kind of tell us the first, second, and third. Well, you probably had some before, but let's start with Chitlins.
Sure. So my first book, You Have Caviar and Want Money. You have You wait, you want chitlins, but how is it? You want caviar, but have money for chitlins. A
Right, right,
small
right.
PR guide for those in a budget was literally when the market crashed and we were in a recession. And I was still doing PR, but just had Sophia. And people were calling me wanting these elaborate campaigns that I used to do at the record label. I want to be on Oprah. I want to be here. And I was like, well, what's your budget? And they were like, $200. And I was like, oh, so you want caviar, but you have money for chitlins. So that's how that book was birthed. I couldn't do it, but I wanted to give the folks, the community, resources.
Yes.
Here's a how-to book to get yourself out there on a shoestring budget.
And you did that so
and
beautifully.
it was
You
a
laid
top 20 Amazon bestseller.
Yes, you did that, and then actually that started us
Yes.
connecting,
Boot camp.
and we did the PR boot camp. It was
Yeah.
like, okay, you want to do PR? Let's show you how. And so we did
Right.
that. That's what I think we did one, and that's when you met Frankie Darcell.
And I saw her this morning, but yes.
Oh, are you serious? You
At
saw her?
WDAS, I saw her when I was leaving Patty Jackson's radio show.
Oh, she's a staple.
And I
She's
said,
a
hey,
staple
girl,
in
how
the
you
radio
doing?
business.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. You know, like I'm gonna put everything I know about PR in my brain and put it in a book.
Yes.
Okay, so you did that, and then you shelved it, and then what came next?
I think what came next was that brand new
Brand
mom.
new mommy.
Okay, so that was a really interesting time in my life. I decided I only wanted to do female entrepreneurs, but I also was trying to navigate being a mom and working, although it was hybrid. And I kept on. Jill did the forward. Jill Scott did the forward. I interviewed so many different successful entrepreneurs who happened to be women. And I just literally asked them, what was it? How did you pivot? How did you stay motivated? And how did you scale? And they all, in their own way, said the same thing. They had a tribe, a community around them. They were unabashed in their success and what they wanted, their vision, and they stayed consistent.
Yes. Yes.
So that was the essence, but it was their story through their voice. I had recorded it, and that is how I birthed that book, The Brand New Mommies. That was also a blog and so many other things. So yes, you are right. That was that genesis of my life.
Mhm.
Then
And also the word brand was always the thing. So it's not like brand new mommy,
right,
but you
right.
were a new brand of a person versus
Yes,
the
it was a
chitlins.
new chapter, definitely. Yes.
Yep. So that brand, and that
Yes.
was blue too. So you must like that kind of
I
color.
do like blue. It's one of my favorite colors
It's,
because
you,
it's so
you can see
calming.
it's one of mine too. So yeah.
Yes,
So yeah.
I love blue.
Yes.
Then I
So
did entrepreneurs, true story, reset.
yes, 30-day reset.
30-day reset because
Mhm.
I was on a health kick.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And I learned that if you give something 30 days, the brain begins to shift
Mhm.
and it starts to believe that this is going to be something consistent, but it really takes over 120 days to get to mastery. But 30-day reset means if you can commit to something in 30 days, you're going to see a shift.
You did. And you
So
did.
that was that. And I did see a shift in. And so everything I do is because I'm in a space and I want to offer it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
And so I saw that the 30-day shift, 30-day reset, and that was a pivot. And
Yeah.
at that time, I think you were doing the exercises and things like that. And I think I was doing Zumba, but you really started at that time doing a lot of yoga.
Yes.
And I saw a metamorphosis in you that really changed you, not just health-wise, aesthetically, but internally.
Yeah.
And you became more grounded and just really I won't say you weren't beautiful before, but your soul became more beautiful and
Oh, thank you.
peaceful. I mean, one of the things they used to always say, send you light and love.
Right.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
you were saying that more. And it's like not like we said it before, but you said it more often. So the reset kind of like was that the genesis of because now from the publicist, the superstar publicist to now the triple yoga instructor. I can't think of it. Is it
I have
3?
500 hours.
Yes,
Yes.
500 hours.
So
So
that's
when
an
did that
advanced yoga teacher. Yeah.
so when did that start?
Ooh, so 2019, I embarked on becoming certified, and it's
Was
funny.
that after the reset?
Yeah, definitely,
Hmm.
definitely. So I
Hmm.
always used to say love and light in my text and on
Yeah.
my in my emails, in my tag. And then one day a wife called me from a contractor that I had hired and said, "Why are you trying to come on to my husband with love and light?" So I no longer say that. I just say peace.
Oh my God.
I was
Some
like,
people.
"Oh my God, no, that don't mean anything." So 2019, I once again, the market really allows you to be who you need to be at that moment. But 2019, you remember COVID
Mhm.
happened, and who was hiring a publicist due to the pandemic? I had to shift, but more importantly, I had started to shift because I had changed. I was going through a divorce, and I started taking yoga classes. I was doing it for 20 years, but I was literally intentional in healing myself
Yeah.
internally.
Yeah.
And so when I got my certification in 2019, it was a different shift because with the market changing, I was able to change with the market, and I
Mhm.
was able to offer my yoga, soulful yoga, to health and hospitals, nurses, doctors, practitioners, everyday people in trauma informed. And I think that is when, not I think, I know for certain that's when I noticed that my classes was a different offering. I was able to, for the first time, see people shift.
Mm.
And I had never experienced that before, right? And
Yeah, 'cause as a publicist, we're just working on their
right,
exterior, their image, and
yeah.
their
Well,
brand, and
yes.
yeah.
And so when I saw that I had that gift, I say that with pride. I knew that I wanted to do this. So I started to teach more. I started to invest. I went back to get my Reiki certification, my meditation, so many different things. But at the end of the day, I loved it so much, Pam. I wanted to just live in it because
Yeah.
I was changing. I felt calmer. I just was loving the skin that I'm in. And then along that way, I became more active as a PTA mom, a board on the school board, and
Mhm.
my my circle of friends now were evolving. And henceforth, potluck was my dinner du jour. And so I started to collect all these amazing stories. Henceforth, the Chocolate Momma Club,
Yeah.
and they're just a composite of beautiful people I've met along the way who have helped others and myself grow and change. So it's seven amazing women who are going through different things in their lives at, they're all over 40, some in the 60s. But the one consistent thread is that no matter what happens, a man may come, a man may leave, a child may go off to college. The sisterhood
Mhm.
is on that journey with you, and you don't have to speak to them every day. But when you do, you unload, you release, and then they give you salient words. So these seven characters are colorful. They got some stuff with them, they got sage, but they also keep it real. And I tell people this is not a family book. They are cussing, they are real women. And if I
Mm.
could just read the
Real
author's
grown women.
real grown women.
Grown
There's
women.
one thing, because lady was like, I want you to come to my book fair, it's family. And I was like, oh no, baby. This book, the author's note says clearly, from bitter to better, a chocolate mama's journey of self-discovery is raw and contains the emotions and experiences of my 4-year journey. The words on this page were written in real time to capture the authenticity of this grown woman's journey. I
Mhm.
ask for your grace when reading and know that life is not perfect. However, it is so much sweeter with chocolate. And when you tell it like it is, that
Girl,
is the self discovery.
I
Telling the truth.
love it. I
Yes.
love it. This
Thank
is
you.
this book, and it's beautiful on the inside
Thank
too,
you.
in the
Shout
parts of
out
it.
to Andrew Bass, my
Yeah.
amazing ex-husband. We are teaching people that you just because you didn't work out after 16 so years, you can still make music together with a book.
Yeah. Yeah, because art is his thing. That's what he loves to
Yes,
do.
we are
That's his thing.
partners in branding.
And what about this photo? Who did this photo here?
Oh my God. Amir Blake
Yes,
did
I
the
love that.
photos and I love them. I had never invested in photos since, gosh, 2019.
Yes,
And
yes.
so much has changed.
So much has changed.
This,
I
that. He
love that.
captured me, you know, he
Yeah.
captured me.
And so one of the things that you did with the book, besides getting this, is that I also got a candle. Give me the symbolism of the candles, what that means to you.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
candles.
Yes, I love candles. Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Woo. But the she sent a little candle with the book as well.
And so oh, that's the tea light. So this is the main candle because I
Ooh,
over here. Yes.
yes. Got
Well, with
that blue in there, of course.
blue.
Mhm.
But the tea light is important because as women, as we get older, our light, we forget to let our light shine.
That's
So
true.
in the book, I tell you a lot, let your light shine.
Mhm,
Let your
mhm.
light shine. You know, it's your inner light is so important because that is all you have. So that's why the candle is there. Let your light shine, people. Whatever you ever wanted to do it. I wanted to do this book. It took me 4 years. And I
Wow.
said to my 4 years because I was in my head, stop, start, stop, start. And then my
Mhm.
chocolate mama was like, you better put it out there. Accountability. I did it. But one thing I want to tell people is don't wait as I have a hot flash with the damn beaming lights coming on me. Yeah. Wait, don't wait. Do what you want to do now and
Mhm.
just embrace it, right? And
Yeah,
so that's what I'm doing. If 4 people buy this book, it's already a bestseller.
right,
But I don't want
right.
4 people to buy it.
But yeah, no, people are
Well,
gonna buy it.
1 million people to
They're
buy
actually gonna buy it because this right here is one of those books that people read. The one of the books that I read back in the day
it.
that
Yeah.
really spoke to me was Waiting to Exhale. And it was like at the time with Terry McMillan, it wasn't a lot of books written by Black women, and then basically not telling the story that I was going through at the time in my
Right.
20s, dating and all that kind of stuff. And so there really is not books that talk about now. I'm not in my 20s. I ain't dating.
Oh, you're
And
married. Good and married.
good and married, but there's still some things where you got the grown children, you got the issues, you got all the
Yeah.
issues that grown folks deal with, right? And so this was one of those books that I said, yes, please, let's do this book. This is
Yes.
like our call to not only just celebrate sisterhood, which we do, but then now we have it in the book. And I like the fact that you had for the promotion of this, you had other women doing videos. So
Yes.
talk a little bit about some of the videos of women that you asked. Was it part of your circle that did it, or just you
No,
put it out there to
just
anybody?
I just literally put it out there. And I was like, if you have a story about sisterhood, share it. And then
Mhm.
folks that once again, life gives you a composite of people that I maybe have met on social media. I follow them, they follow me. And they sent me, Maggie and Coley was one of the ladies, sent me a video about what sisterhood means to her. She had surgery and her sisterhood from her job came together and made sure she was good, brought her meals, so and so. Another one was Dr. Joyelle. She's
Mhm.
a GYN. She talked about how her sisters are her chocolate mamas and how they've helped her. So it was different people. Dee Bailey, like just along the way that I may not know well, except I know Maggie well, but they
Right.
were just like, I want to share my story. And so it's an offering for you to think about, would I be where I am without my sisters?
That's
You
true.
definitely need your brothers, be clear. But
Right.
without your sisters, something about the sisterhood of being naked, like you and I have spoken and unfiltered,
Mhm. Mhm.
unfiltered. You need to be in a space where you have your bra and your tights on and you like this, girl.
Take it off. Or I'll
And
call you
people,
and just say like, you need to talk me off the edge, like
yeah, oh,
now.
that's girl.
That
How
right
many times
now.
we had
Like
that
right now.
conversation when you called me and you were like, check me if I'm crazy. And I was like, no, you're not crazy, or I'll
Right.
call you. And I'm like,
Yes. And
would
it
you
only happens with sisterhood.
what?
That is the thing. I could talk to Mark, but he ain't gonna understand.
Yes,
And you could call a family
sisterhood is
member.
real.
Yeah,
Not
it is.
everybody can be in the Chocolate Momma Club. And people
Right.
say, well, I'm not a mom. How do I get down? Well, girl, if you lived in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and now, somebody along the way have told you you are a hot mama. Well,
Yeah.
all I'm doing is remixing it and calling you a chocolate mama.
There
Because
you go.
girly is chocolate.
Yes, yes. I had years ago a couple of things called the chocolate pages. It was a
Yes,
it was
yes,
chocolate pages. It was in the
I
newspaper, which was
remember.
first.
Yes,
Yes. And then it was like a newsletter. Then
yes,
it became like a Facebook group, and
chocolate
it was chocolate
pages.
pages. It was like books so good you can eat them. And
Yes,
that's the way your book is. It's like the chocolate pages award, right? It's like the chocolate pages award. It's so funny because Karen is in the East Coast, in New York, New Jersey. I'm over here in Detroit. But sometimes when you have a sisterhood friend, we could be just like right there and
oh my
hearing
God.
the same type of things. And it's like this book is for such a time as this. And the summer is the best time to kind of like just lay out, get this book, at the beach, read it, enjoy it, laugh, cry, uh, tell other friends.
Journal. You can
Yes, sir.
journal. There are journal prompts or pages
Yes.
in there, but
Oh my
there's also affirmations, right? Because one of the
yes.
things I was clear about
That is
with
in
the,
there, and
there's
some of the
yoga
poses.
poses with the photos, the illustration, but I have a soulful discovery for your daily use. So meditation for the morning and night,
Mhm.
affirmation, right? If you want manifestation, growth,
Yes.
different things you want to purge and leave things alone, they're
Mhm.
in there because I know that on this journey to self discovery, talking to people, experiencing it myself, I literally had to sit in my stuff. And one of the things I tell people is stillness is movement.
Mm.
When you're
That's
still, you can tap in. And when I tapped in, I was able to birth this chocolate mama.
oh my God. I like the fact where you have meditations for clarity, affirmations for daily balance, affirmations for stress. You have that all in here, in the book, and then also to soulful yoga. So let's
Yes.
tell us a little bit about how you birthed that too, because that's one of the things. It's a national day.
Yeah, so soulful yoga is my brand of yoga, and basically what it is I decided when I became a yoga teacher, I wanted to include the diaspora. So I just didn't want to do European yoga because that's a different feeling and flow, and I love that. But I wanted to incorporate things from Africa. I'm
Mhm.
Jamaican, so things from the Caribbean.
Yes.
So I'm Jamaican and African, so I want to include that. I also
Mhm.
want to include South Asian, right? Because that's such a big part of yoga and meditation. And
Right.
then, of course, a sprinkling of European. So soulful yoga taps into the soul. Everyone on my mat will show up differently because our souls are different. And so someone may rock out in a child's pose for my whole entire class and just cry and let go. And another person may just flow, right? Open up, expand. So soulful yoga meets you where you're at. Where what you're feeling is what's gonna. So that's the soulful yoga. And then during the pandemic, I want to get people together. So I created International Soulful Yoga Day where we showed up on Zoom.
Yep.
It
I
was
was
like
there.
over 100 plus people on Zoom
I
from
was there.
UK, yes, all the way to the Bronx, Detroit. And
Mhm.
we had 7 offerings. We had males doing yoga, meditation. We had seniors. We had chair yoga. We had cooking. We
You
had
had music. You
we
could
had
DJ.
a DJ.
Yes.
So my whole thing has always been community centric, but healing has been the consistency throughout my whole entire remix and rebrand, and that's
Mm.
soulful yoga.
That is. That is. So this is the first one, From Bitter to
Yes.
Better. And then I think there's another one that's coming out as well. Do you want to give that title? Or
No.
you haven't figured
I want
it?
people to read it and then
Okay.
maybe they can guess who the next one is. I think they'll
Okay.
get a really nice clue towards the end, but this is the first of 7 and you'll be introduced to all 7
7.
characters, but each one of them where we leave off picks up to the next book. So there's 7
Ah,
novellas you can
okay.
experience
Okay.
Chocolate Mama.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
That's one of the main things. So the chocolate mamas, and then they obviously then get on Amazon. When they get it on Amazon, they can leave a review.
Please.
And then they can also do a video review as well, because the video
Yes,
reviews are
please. Yes.
in terms of marketing. This is just for if I've been rocking with Karen for a while. You know she's my BFF. So you really love the book and you love Karen, you love us. Do a video review. That'll make it go up further in the algorithms, and then that way, it's put in front of people who shop Amazon. And they'll
Mm.
know that. So you want to do like video. Everybody loves video. So that's why we're
Yes,
on
yes.
Amazon Live. So
Please
we're on
do a
Amazon.
video
Yeah,
review.
video review. And it could just be like, hey, I really loved it. It made me laugh, made me cry, made me think about all the friends that I know. And also the journal prompts and the affirmations. It's one of those books. So buy your own book. Don't buy it and then pass it along, because I just, I don't share books. Okay.
Right,
So if
right,
you
right.
if I'm gonna give you a book, I'm gonna give it to you. So I'm not gonna let you borrow a book because I need the book. But because it has the journal prompts in it, it's your own personal copy. So you want to make sure that you have that. And I just love, love, love this cover.
Thank
She
you.
just looks like from bitter to better. Like she is really
She's
into that.
free. She's so
Yes,
free,
she
right?
does look free.
She is
That's the word.
free. And one of the things I'll say, oh my gosh, Pam, like I was, you know me, I always have my hair like front or whatever, like hiding the, not hiding the gray, but concealing it as best as possible. And then
Hmm.
I realized this chocolate mama was like, oh my God, it's 102 degrees where I am. Let the gray be free. And so I looked at my cover and I was like, that's the chick I want to emulate.
Yes,
Free,
I love
free,
that.
calm, and peace.
That is it. Just common peace. And it really happens like in that sometimes when we hit that 40 space and above, and especially 50 space, it is a different kind of a rhythm and a different kind of things
Mm,
that really make a difference in our lives. A lot of people, especially during the COVID years, lost a lot of people to
yes,
COVID. And so it just makes us really think things differently, think things through.
more
But
intentional.
yes, more intentional. And if there's someone you haven't talked to in a while, if a sister friend or whatever, you can pick up the phone and just where you just left off and just say, hey, I was just thinking about you. I ran across this picture, whatever, whatever. Remember what's going on with that dude? Girl, remember he was crazy
Right.
or he's
Or
still
how
crazy,
you do. And you know what I wanted to tell people also, when you go through a transformation, not everyone is going to be there for you. Not everyone's going to be part of the ride. So be prepared to
Mhm.
also lose some sisters
Yes.
because where you are is where you are. But if you lose, the universe will always provide and give you what you need. And that's what I had to learn. And that's
Mhm.
what the Chocolate Mamas talk about. Some of their friends that they had forever were not a part of this new journey because you shed. And sometimes that person may come back when you're ready to receive them in a different light.
Mhm. So I want people to also go to the website as well because you have some other products as well.
Yeah, I have the candles, I have books, I have my affirmation box that goes with Bitter to Better the book,
Okay.
t-shirts, but most importantly, it's a really great tool. There's some videos on there. Sometimes you just really want to meditate at night.
Mhm.
Sometimes you want to do a yoga stretch or you want to get a yoga service. You know, the offering is this. For me, at this point in my life, I want to offer everyone the ability to usher in calm.
Mm.
And all that is when you look at yourself, we stop being less critical. I'm a girly that when I look at myself, you cannot be more critical than me. But it came to a point when I was like, "Ooh, I really love you. I love those blemishes. Oh my God, that extra chin hair, you are rocking it." No, I was not saying that. That's a lie. But what I'm saying is, as you
We
get
love the
older,
skin. We love the skin we're
you love
in.
the skin you're in, but as you get older, you just want to usher some calmness and some peace because tomorrow's not promised.
Mhm.
So let your legacy be that you lived loud and you lived on your path, and you are
Yeah.
that chocolate mama that was able to go from bitter to better and pivot.
I think you need to have some kind of retreat at that Hershey place with this chocolate book.
Soon
You
come,
know?
soon come, soon come. It
Yes.
might be at Aquama, a black owned place
Oh
that I'm doing a
yeah.
retreat in October, November. But
Okay.
a girly is always leveling up and always trying to do things that are going to be able to impact our people. So yeah, who knows? Stay tuned.
Yes. I love
But
it.
you
And
gotta
so
follow me, people, to know where I'm going to be.
yes. And the thing of it is I want people to go to KarenTaylorBass.com, find out all the things that she's doing, get the candles, get the t-shirts, get all of the things that she has. I mean, it's a brand now. It's a whole new brand. It's a movement. It's gonna be fun.
Lifestyle, right?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, she may even be dropping a CD. I don't know because I can have Bobby like do some bars for you, put it in a little jingle or something
Word,
like that.
word, 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 word,
Yes, yes,
word.
yes. So that is one of the things. So well, thank you so much. This is exciting,
Thank you.
people that those authors that are out there that write nonfiction books, a lot of love for you. Obviously, I work with a lot of nonfiction authors, but those authors are that write fiction, they live with all these characters in
Yeah,
their head. So she got 7 women in her head, right? Just like running back and forth. So it's like you're now in another club with those fiction writers
yes,
because when I talk to some of the fiction writers, they're like, yeah, I'm always thinking of dialogue. I'm thinking of this and that. It's like, oh my God, but it's a different type of creativity. It's a
yes.
different type of creativity. Writing a book takes so much, but this is like the one that I really, really love that you did the novella in the 7th series. That is
Thank
so
you.
good.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Pam, Dr. Pam Perry, my good friend, my mentor,
Yes.
for having me
Yes.
on, giving me this platform, but also introducing me to your audience and the Chocolate Mamas. Like, I want you to meet them. I want you to tell me how they make you feel. And I want you to tell me if you identify with any of them. Sometimes it's a composite, right? You
Yes.
may not be one, but you may be four. So, flow and glow.
I love that flow and glow. Karen always like I told you, Karen always gonna have some words, right? She gonna have some words, and the book is really, really the beginning of a new, I guess you say, a new pivot that she's doing right now, and she's always ahead of the curve. So make sure that you go to Karen
Let's
Taylor
hope
Bass.
Curve and me meet up this time.
Yes, yes. So go there and get on her email list so that you can stay in touch with her because she'll send out videos and things like that. And if you have a podcast, you want Karen on your podcast, she's hilarious. Make sure you bring her on your podcast and that kind of thing because she loves doing that. She's on the radio. She was on the radio earlier today. So make sure you hit her up at KarenTaylorBass.com as well. But thank you so much for joining us today. All right.
Peace.
All
Thank
right.
you. Take care,
All right.
everyone. Have a great summer.
God bless. So go to KarenTaylorBass.com. Make sure that you do that. That is my bestie. Make sure that when you buy the book on Amazon, that you do leave a review and a video if you can. Okay, we want to see you. So we want to make sure that we see you as well. So with that, I'm Pam Perry and I am out. All right, God bless. Talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.